NuKKle HeDD Sports. It's in the game.
I mean, it's just more question you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn, and I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted, can't copy, printed, can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be breaking this. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday night. You know what that means? NuKKle HeDD Sports. We got Hutch in the building. What's going on, Hutch?
Yo, what up, fam?
Chilling, player, chilling.
Well, like to hear.
Yo, man, we got some shit we got to talk about this week, you know?
Always.
I want to start off with, because all I'm seeing now is Draymond Green punching homeboy in the face. You know, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the in-season tournament. You know, and then we'll get to our teams. We'll get to our teams. But yeah, man, yo, did you see that Draymond Green turning around and punching this motherfucker right in the face, looking like Scott Hall with his discus punch?
I saw it.
It's like, yo, I know everybody in the sports world is like, yo, this guy needs to be suspended. He got suspended and all that other shit. But I mean, at what
Right
point,
now he got suspended indefinitely.
he got suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, they already sent the thing out. Yeah, I got the notification from my ESPN app.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really. I don't know, man. Sorry for the yawning, guys.
No,
Yeah, I don't know. It's like nothing really much made surprises me when it comes to my man Draymond Green.
Yeah, man. And the funny thing is, I remember everybody was saying 5 games the first time he did it or the last time he did it, and they were like, "Oh, that's too much," and blah blah blah, and people were talking about this, that, and then he turns around and he does it again. Like, I know a lot of people were kicked out of games because they were talking to the ref or some flopping and shit like that. They got technicals, but my man just hammering away on people. And it's, it's like, yo, when did this turn into a fight?
I mean, I guess when it turned into fucking WWE.
Yo, dude, I'm watching basketball like, yo, this shit got more physical than football.
I don't know, man. I really don't know what to do it. I mean, again, back in the day, had he done some shit like that, somebody from the team would have stood up. They would have been a fucking fight.
Yeah. And the leader, I don't know what's going on. Maybe my man does this in such a way that they talk to him and he just fucking does it anyway. But he's a big part of the Warriors team, and now he's not gonna be there. And definitely sounds like the whole season. Unless they decide, you know what, the Warriors need more ratings, we'll put Draymond Green back in. But that seems like the rest of the season to me. And the Warriors, they ain't going nowhere now.
I mean, we never know.
Yeah, I mean, with Klay Thompson, he's suffering, and
You know,
their team was depleted. They didn't really add anything onto their team since the last time they were franchised and Kevin Durant left. It's not
well,
like they got Jordan Poole on this team.
that is true. I mean, ever since they fired Mark Jackson, they really haven't had it added to that team through the draft. Yeah, I said it. I said it ever since they fired my man Mark Jackson.
Well, I mean, that's his team.
Their drafting has been abysmal.
Yeah,
People forget Steph Curry didn't put that team together. Mark Jackson put that team together.
yeah. But do you think that that's enough for him to be suspended, like just kicked out of the league?
I don't know if they're gonna kick him out the league. I really don't. Um, Simply because, unfortunately, he brings, like you said, ratings. Well, people sometimes tune into Warriors games just to see if this fool is gonna do something stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe the league is finally getting tired of his antics. I can assume that, but at the same time, it's like nobody really stepped up to this man. Like I'm really just astounded to that point to begin with. Like nobody stepped up to him. Nobody tried to defend the other fucking player.
Yeah, after that punch, I'm surprised also. Because at what point do they turn around and go, you know what? I think we need to kick this guy's ass.
Yo, for real. I mean, I'm through. To me, during basketball's best years, the '90s, you would have to hold the whole team back from fucking up with Draymond.
For real. Because everybody had that team that was, everybody had that team player that was the enforcer.
Everybody had that team mentality. I see a lot of individualisms in today's games. Back in the day, I mean, even though there was a lot of individuals back in the days, everybody tried to play team ball. All right, and if anybody says, "Well, whatever shit," even Iverson tried to play team ball. Okay, so don't give me that shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on through this guy's head. Again, maybe he never got popped one, and maybe that's what needs to happen. Somebody needs to pop off on him. But I mean, I also don't like the suspending indefinitely. Fucking have some balls and give it a fucking number.
But how many games would you have gave him for this one?
How many games are we into the season?
Shit. I think what January's the All-Star game. All right, let me see. Um, yeah. Well, I gotta take a deep dive in here because apparently Google doesn't
That's.
fucking know how many
I mean,
games.
look, we're still not at the halfway point, right? So I would say, no, just give it a name, give it a number. I would have said 20 games off the bat.
22. 22 or 23. So yeah,
So we're only 22 games into the year, so I would have just given him
like a
20
quarter.
games.
You'd have gave him 20 games.
20 games right off the rip.
Okay.
Instead of saying indefinitely, like what kind of you have to do some what kind of investigation? It was on fucking live TV. You know, my man punched him.
Yeah, but what if there was sweat on the court and he slipped or what if
Well, like
he
my man too short. Well, what if I was a little bit taller? What if I was a baller? You know, I'm sorry, yo.
No, I
I,
hear
I
you.
I saw. I only saw like a little bit of it, and I mean, it looked like he was trying to do some, wrestling, MMA, some kind of fucking back fist move. Or, I don't know what the fuck this guy was thinking. I really don't. But if you want to suspend him this season, then don't say, "Oh, he's suspended indefinitely." Just simply act like he's suspended for the rest of the year. Like, give it a number, give it a name, give it a number.
Yeah.
Stand by your conviction. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Interview the other team? Of course, the other team's gonna be like, "Yo, no, get that motherfucker suspended." So, and the NBA has really changed the last couple of years. I mean, like, what was it that the other day, yesterday, some guy got ejected. There was thing was the Joker. Joker got ejected, and he was just running down the court. Yeah, I think he said something to the ref, and then just started running down the court. And then once the whistle blew, the ref, teed him up and threw him out. And I'm like, yo, dude, he didn't step up to you. He didn't threaten you. He probably told you, yo, where the fuck is that fall call, whatever, and then fucking did his thing. To me, NBA has changed a lot, and not for the good part.
I hear you. But I'm not so hung up on the indefinitely because to me that kind of feels like it's the rest of the season. I think it's one of those they didn't want to say the rest of the season, but I feel like this is where they go, it's the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the safe way of going, yo, he's suspended for the rest of the season. He's suspended indefinitely. Cause indefinitely no one really knows how long that shit is. You know?
Right. But that's the whole thing. It definitely can be like, yo, he's suspended this year and the start of next year. No, grow up, well, have a fucking pair of balls and say, yo, he's suspended for the rest of the year without pay. Or he's suspending 20 games without pay. Because, again, you're not going to hurt these players unless you hurt them where it hurts the most. And that's their pocket.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Because of that, you're being suspended 20 games without pay. I'm pretty sure you do that, he might learn his lessons. Or you go, hey, you know what? We're going to suspend him the rest of the year without pay. The motherfucker's going to think twice about throwing a fucking punch like that. Like it wasn't like it was a heated fucking moment. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I keep bringing it up. It wasn't like it was a heat, a Miami Heat, New York Knicks fucking moment or fucking Bulls Piston moment or Bulls Nick moment where you always had that friction, that heat. It was unprovoked, basically.
Yeah, I mean, yo, they have there's more stipulations to his um suspension.
Right.
So I'm reading up on it now. It's he has to meet certain league and team conditions before he returns to play, and they didn't want to put a specific number on it, but allow Green to take the time he might need to deal with challenges he's facing. Right, Green will be docked $153,941 per game if his suspension is fewer than 20 games, and $202,922 per game if more than 20 games. So not only is he's suspended indefinitely, but he's being charged 150 to $200,000 per game, depending on how long he's out.
But now you're asking somebody to keep track of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come on and say, "Yo, he suspended 20 games, no pay." That's it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I think that they're mandating that he goes to like these classes or some shit like that, and if he doesn't, then they're gonna charge him, like they're gonna fine him. You know what I'm saying? Because they're probably like, yo, you're doing this shit all the time. You're gonna have to go take some anger management classes, some we don't hit others classes, some how to cook for Thanksgiving, classes, some to calm them down or something like that. They're gonna make them watch Casablanca or something.
I mean, what are they gonna fucking do? Have like they did to us? Have them have a substitute teacher fucking put a movie on for him. If we can fucking learn about right and wrong.
Yeah.
The motherfucker's a grown ass man. He know the difference between right and wrong. He don't care.
Well,
People
he
like
has to know
that.
the difference between right and wrong. He keeps doing wrong. He never thought he was right.
Well, he knows the difference between right and wrong. But you like say he like I said, he just doesn't care because at the end of the day, the NBA keeps allowing him to get away with it.
Yeah.
Again, again, in the practice when he walks to the guy and he choked the kid. Well, we gotta say what he got suspended 5-10 games.
What's up, Bad Blood? I think he got suspended 5 games for that.
My man, he choked somebody. Had you in your job going up to somebody and choked them, you would have been fired.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have let go. My man wouldn't have been there and said, hey, he's choking me. Nah, he'd have been out.
Right, but you'd be fired. You'd probably be in jail, for attempted murder or
Yeah.
some bull. This man got like a 5 game suspension and fine like what? Like was like 50 grand or whatever, or even 100 grand. The man is
Yeah.
making millions, double figures in the millions. What the fuck is a couple of 100 grand to him?
Yeah, but this. I'm getting more research. This is his 4th suspension this season. He was suspended for 1 game in March because he reached his 16th technical foul. He was suspended for 1 game in April for the Sabonis altercation. Then he suspended for 5 games with the Rudy Gobert altercation,
How
and
can he
now
be
he's suspended.
suspended for? How can he be suspended 4 times already? We've only like 22 games in the year, so how can this go back to March?
Well, since the 20, I'm counting since 2023, so it could be
Okay,
the end of
okay,
last season. You know
all
what I'm
right,
saying?
all
It's
right.
been this entire year. He's been suspended four times already.
I see what you're saying. You're combining both the
Yeah,
end of last year and this year. Okay, yeah,
like this man has been suspended more times than half of the classmates in school.
yeah. Again, but they don't. They're I'm sorry to say this, they're pussy suspensions.
So,
You choked another man. You got suspended 5 games.
so what if they would have turned around and say, "Yo, listen, Draymond, we're gonna fine you $20 million and you're banned from the NBA."
Well, at least it's a fucking stand. Let him fucking hire a lawyer and fucking fight them. You know what I'm saying? But it comes to a point where it's a pattern now with this guy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's not like a one off. You're like, oh, it only happens once every so often. Like you just said, and you're combining the end of last season and the beginning of this year, and this is 4 times he's being suspended. So now he's like that child that you tell him, yo, don't do this, and they do it to test you exactly what you're going to do to him. And then when you do punishment him and it's not as bad as he thinks or thought it was, he does it again to see if you're gonna do if you're gonna do the same thing over. He literally is like poking the NBA like ha 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 ha. Like fucking hit him where it hurts. Maybe not suspend them indefinitely from or ban them from the NBA, but be like, yo, you gotta sit out this rest of the year. That's it. I mean, didn't they almost um try to suspend my man Rasheed Wallace for a full year because of his technical fouls, and all he did was fucking scream at people. He never got really physical with nobody, but they wanted to suspend him a whole fucking year because he would he would get at people verbally. I mean, at this point, it's a pattern with this guy, and sometimes you have to make an example out of people, and I think the NBA needs to make an example out of him. Yo, you're suspended for the rest of the year, no pay. That's it. Goodbye. Come back next. See you next year. Hope you have a different attitude.
word. But yo, and then Joseph over here says that Draymond's gonna choke out the NBA commissioner. That might be one of his tasks. You never know.
Oh, you mean that alien looking dude?
Yeah.
By the way, for some reason, I can't see the chat, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you might have to refresh or some shit. But yeah, I mean, they're giving him the suspension indefinitely, plus the fines. At this point, with how much you fine him or you suspend him, I don't think this guy gives a shit. To be honest, I don't think Draymond Green gives a shit. And they say that he's the nicest person in the world or whatever the case may be, but if you're the nicest person in the world off the court, on the court, you don't go punching people or choking people. Like, I understand rough play, like
Or
when
kicking people in the balls.
yeah, like rough play when you're doing like the fucking the
Rough
Bad Boys
houses.
where they did the Bird and all them. That was one of those. They're sending a statement there. Like, you could see they slammed Bird to send him a statement like, "Yo, you come in this lane, you getting hurt."
Well,
They
they did the
paid
same.
like
They did the same thing in the Jordan. Yo, you're gonna come down this paint. You're gonna catch elbows. You know what I'm saying? Elbows and all kinds of other elbows and azers and fucking. You know, you was
yeah,
gonna get hit.
and
But at the end of the day, ain't nobody was literally taking a swing to somebody's face.
yeah, and if they did, they were fighting.
Of course. Oh, you was scrapping. 100%. The whole team was scrapping.
Yeah, and so that was the shit back in the day. Now everything calmed down. They changed the rules up. They wanted to get that whole environment out because they wanted it to be about skill or whatever the case may be, and you get playing, and then no one really gives a shit about the NBA. And then you got all these technical fouls now because they want to stop the flopping. They want to stop all this stuff, and this is just out of left field. Like, Draymond is not. It's not a pattern. Like, then there's not a lot of people hitting other people. It's not like the aggression level in the NBA got higher because the flopping is pissing people off, or the like every game the winners are getting $500,000 or some shit like that. It was
Right.
just like my man said, "Oh, you're touching me in the hips. Bow, I punch you in the face." Because that was the excuse he gave. He was like, "Oh, I over exaggerate with my arms. I was trying to draw the foul because he was grabbing my hips, and I turned around and I accidentally hit him in the face." No, you don't. You don't accidentally punch someone in the face after you turn around in a 360. I gotta understand the elbow. I gotta understand like the forearm hitting them or something. My man turned around and said, "Plow," and knocked him right in the fucking face.
Well, man, it was a spinning back fist, basically, or a spinning front fist. He spun around and
Yeah,
fucking. I mean, look, the dude is a menace, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be a bad boy so bad. He wants to be somebody like a Dennis Rodman. You know
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
he,
But
even Dennis Rodman didn't
Dennis
fucking.
Rodman rarely got, you know, or he never. I've never. Even though my man fucking Dennis Rodman used to be a fucking, you know, a jodon, because I don't really know how to translate that in English. You know what I'm saying? But it was a jodon. You know what I'm saying? He never threw a punch at anybody. I mean, he got everybody to lose their cool. That was his job. Like he would relish having somebody like Barkley get so mad at him that Barkley gets ejected from the game. You know what I'm saying? Draymond Green is out here fucking fly kicking niggas in the nuts, choking motherfuckers out in practice. And now a spinning front fist. Hey, hey, yo, you wanna do that? Put a fucking pair of gloves on him, put him MMA, and get him fucking choked out. I bet guarantee you his attitude would change.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. But then again, as we're seeing from the rest of the league, who's really gonna do that to him?
nobody, and he knows that.
That's fuck. That's the point. Yeah. Yo, Joseph, what you think, man? I want Joseph to go fight Draymond Green. We're gonna send Joseph to go fight Draymond Green. Joseph's ready. He's been training.
Joseph, stay ready.
Word. He does his 22 push-ups a day. He's good.
I just, man, it's just at this point, it's real pathetic that the NBA, you know, to me, the NBA is not standing up to Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like being okay. Well, this is what we're gonna do if you don't do this. I'm like, yo, bring down the hammer. Yo, you're suspended for the rest of the year. You're fucking an idiot. You're fucking mental case. And you're not gonna get paid. End of discussion. Go seek some help.
Yeah. There you go. Draymond Green ain't ready for the triangle choke on the court. Facts. Facts.
Or
My
the
man
flying
does that
armbar.
jumping
We're
shit.
doing that
Yeah.
flying armbar.
Word. Joseph into that spinning shit now.
Again, dude, the dude is a menace. He needs just the NBA just needs to at this point be like, yeah, we can no longer support this individual. He is suspended and banned from the NBA. Period.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's also going to send a message to other people in the league. It's like, yo, if you try this shit, you're next. Like my man Bill Goldberg used to say, you're next.
Yeah. Spinning back fists to the lower jaw. Cause he wouldn't be able to reach any higher than that. For the homie pool shit. No, but it's either that or you do the real adult shit. Tell the refs to stop calling it.
Man, again, and you know what? At this point, the dude, I think he has succeeded in having what he wanted because everybody is now talking about him. They're not talking about the bullshit in-house tournament that is fucking pathetic. Yeah, I said it.
I wanted to talk to you about that, but yeah,
They're not talking about, you know, how again, I'm not a LeBron fan, but the man is still capable of putting up numbers at his age and playing 20 plus years in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like these are actual feel good things about the NBA, but now no, we're talking about my man punching somebody and being suspended. And what should his suspension be? Sorry, it's to me it's just stupid. Next topic. In how the in season tournament. I'm sorry. To me, there's no incentive. There's no real incentive for that shit.
yo, you know what's funny? I just looked up a little. I just looked up a little tidbit about Jordan, and I said, what was Jordan's numbers in his last year of the NBA? He was 30. He was 39, turning 40, and he played all 82 games and played 37 minutes a game. And it said after that he would be leading the league right now in minutes per game. He would be leading the league right now in minutes per game.
Look at that.
He averaged about 20 points per game in his
On
last.
the Washington Wizards, on a very bad Washington Wizard team.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I remember my brother. Even though he swore up and down that he was a Bulls fan, all of a sudden he became a Wizards fan and had a number 45 jersey. Gee, I wonder why. I've still been the Knicks fan from since jump.
Yeah.
That's just me. Yeah, that's just me. But like I read a post where they're like, "Yo, if you're gonna keep doing this in-house tournament thing, like making an incentive for the regular season. If you win the tournament, you know what I'm saying, you automatically get a spot in the playoffs.
I think that would be dope.
And I guarantee you would see a lot of people like I saw some of the games and you can tell that the guys were playing, but they're like like, yo, my man, we making millions of dollars. What's an extra 500 grand in my pocket?
Yo, or instead of for an in-season tournament, you can have the team with the best record in the first half of the season before the All-Star break. You can have that tournament go to the end of the like right before the All-Star break, and it'll be like a little playoffs, and the team that wins that playoff for the East and the West will be slotted in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that way
Absolutely.
the whole fucking first half is meaningful.
Right.
Because
Like
the Lakers went undefeated in the in-season tournament, but they got blown out when they weren't playing in the in-season tournament at the same time.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. To me, it looked like the Lakers literally did not play a couple of regular season games because they wanted to be fresh to win the in-season tournament just to have another trophy for LeBron James. Sorry, that's that's what it looks like. You don't go undefeated in the in-season tournament, but get blown out on a regular basis. Like make it make sense to me.
Yeah, because they knew that the games that weren't in-season tournaments didn't matter,
Right. I mean,
and Brown wanted that shit so he could be the first one. Because I
right.
guarantee you, if he didn't win this
He
first one,
probably
they'd have
would
gave
throw
him
the
so
hissy
much
fit.
shit. They'd have gave him so
He,
much shit.
right. They probably would throw the hissy fit. Right now, this is only something that he has over Jordan. Oh, Jordan doesn't have an in-season tournament. Well, when Jordan was playing, they didn't have that pussy ass shit. Like, how are you gonna have an in-season tournament and like the only thing the players get is whoever teams win, they have get an extra 500 grand in their pocket. Give me something real. Give me an automatic seat. Give me more chances to get the number one job pick in the lottery in the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Like incentivize it. Give it something. 500. I saw a couple of guys playing, teams playing. You can tell they weren't trying to fucking kill it. They were just fucking playing the game. They
Yeah.
look like me and you. They look like me and you. Like we was going to the bar on a Saturday. It was like, we're gonna just take it easy.
Word. Now, if it was a Friday, it'd have been a different story.
Yeah, freaks come out at night. People know.
Yeah,
Hey,
for real. Those are just facts. The facts of life.
you know what I'm saying. But again, to me, and I know somebody said it last week or whatever. This just proves to me that this in-season tournament was basically to give LeBron a trophy. Even though this man has had an illustrious career, he doesn't need the NBA's help to fortify his fucking career. Now, if he feels that way, then it's very sad that he feels that way, and then it would just justify in my book why I always called him a little,
Yeah.
soft.
All right, yo, give me a second. I'll be right back. But yeah, keep going.
No, no problem. Let me see here. I'm sorry, guys. For some reason, I can't see comments. But you know, what do you guys think? I know Joseph, you're around. What do you think, Joseph? Like truthfully, do you support the in-season tournament? I to me it was you make it worth something, and you will see the teams actually play. To me, that's what it's all about. To me, this is a lot of teams were just no. It was like they were going with they were just showing up to go with the flow, the motion, whatever, not really going all out. The only time I really saw going all out was the Lakers. Sorry. Again, I really don't watch a lot of basketball anymore because to me the NBA, no, the product has suffered. But
Yeah.
from all the highlights I saw, like nobody was really going in these games in the in season tournament.
Well, there was one guy from the Pacers. I forgot his name. He seemed like he was doing his thing.
Yeah, you see, that's an automatic top three draft pick if you win the tournament. See, that's incentive to play and win that tournament. That's something to play for. I mean, what's the league minimum in the NBA? Like 3 million. So you telling me if I win the tournament, I get an extra 500 grand? To me, that's probably just covering taxes.
yeah. That championship was really a waste of time if the winners don't get a playoff spot or something or better value like a draft pick. $500,000 is nice. Too, don't get me wrong. No, I feel you. I
Yeah,
feel you.
yeah. $500,000 is nice for motherfuckers like us that don't get paid millions of dollars to play a game. Like
No,
the veteran minimum is to like 3 grand or some shit like that.
that is true. But they're saying that they're open for changes, right? In
Right.
the NBA right now. So with them getting the viewership, because they did get the viewership for that
The
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause
apparently it peaked. it peaked at 5.6 million views. At least the I guess the last game of the tournament. They did get viewership for it. And if they do change those incentives for that, it definitely make basketball more important. Because not for nothing, the way I view sports, I don't watch it until the playoffs. Because I don't think anybody's playing for real into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it's unless it's football. Like football is one games is you have to pretty much win every week. There's 82 games in basketball, 162 games in baseball. Like you got time to make up that. Even if you start off bad, you have time to make that up. Not so much in football.
Yeah, and in football, like our Jets and Giants are just fucking
Idiots.
You know
But-
something? I studied this fucking guy. But, since we're gonna transition straight into fucking football right now. I studied this fucking guy that you call Zach Wilson. I went to his fucking
You
house.
dissected him.
Yeah. And it was the last game because you know what they say, oh, he won and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. I'm watching this fucking game and I'm looking at this motherfucker. And you know what I see, Hutch? You know what I see?
What do you see? Enlighten me.
I see a motherfucker that knew exactly where he was throwing that ball no matter what. Every time he went back, his head was in the same direction. He didn't look down the field. He just said, I'm throwing it to Wilson. Hike. And he looked at Wilson the whole time and underthrew him. Then he threw it to somebody else. There was no, you know how everybody, I got to think fast. They said, nah, fuck that. Give it to this guy. This play is called, I'm throwing it to you. Be ready. That's all I saw. There was nothing. If homeboy wasn't open, I don't give a shit. I'm still going to throw it. And then he got excited. He's like, oh, I get to run this motherfucker, and forgot he needs to hold on to the ball the whole time.
But didn't y'all win?
Yeah, but for what? For what? We don't want draft picks? And I think this is a fucking plot. Hutch, I think this was a fucking plan all along, Hutch.
Let me hear your conspiracy theory.
This is the thing. We got Aaron Rodgers in here. Aaron Rodgers goes down first 3 plays. I called it, I'm Tostradamus. Zach Wilson comes in, we win that game. We go into the second game, we win the second game. Then he starts losing. And then they put in a quarterback who's supposed to be Aaron Rodgers' backup from Green Bay. He sucks. They put in a third string quarterback and he throws a fucking 25-yard bomb. And then they fire the fucking second string quarterback. And now we got Zach Wilson back in. And they say, don't worry about the play. Throw the ball to this guy. And we win. This literally in my head is we're trying every scenario to make Zach Wilson look good. We bring in all the cameras for Aaron Rodgers and we put Zach Wilson on the spotlight and Aaron Rodgers went down and Zach Wilson failed. They said, look, this guy's supposed to be just as good as Rodgers. He played, behind him. But I don't remember him ever snapping the fucking ball when he was a Green Bay Packer. But anyway, no, look, this guy sucks just as much as Zach Wilson. We're going to fire him. Now throw Zach Wilson in there. Look, we're good again. Of course. You're always the best version of the Jets when the fucking first draft pick is on the line.
I'm going to go out there and win the game.
Remember that time Bob Boucher came out here and fucked up all our draft aspiration? And it's crazy because when Zach Wilson was fucking up, what was the headlines when Zach Wilson was fucking up? Not Zach Wilson needs to go, Jets need a new quarterback. They fucked up and didn't get wins. The
Right.
fucking John Elway's coming out of retirement. No, it was Aaron Rodgers with a completely torn Achilles is making his way back onto the Jets 25 days after he tore it. What? They distracted you with that shit. I'm telling you, I am not stupid. And I like this team, but I don't like the fucking fact that they're making us look stupid. This generation has turned into women because they're treating us like fucking women with this shit. Fuck all that. Cancel me if you want, but it's the fucking truth. We have a problem at quarterback, and what do? They hide everything instead of admitting the fucking problem. Aaron Rodgers might come back. When? The last game of the season? That's not helping nobody. Get rid of Zach Wilson. All right, cool. We had 15 other fucking quarterbacks willing to play for us better than Zach Wilson. We'll put this jabroni in. Look, he sucks so much, we're going to put a third string in there. We're going to hire somebody from fucking Garajoland that never played a game in his fucking life to be the backup. The third string comes in and says, I can do this shit. Throws a fucking bomb. Everything looks good. Yo, you're fucking fired too, asshole. You don't complete passes here. I find it so fucking ironic how no one can protect the quarterback. No one can protect the quarterback on the fucking Jets offensive line. But the minute we get a chance, you know something? We might be able to get a good draft pick this year. This nigga got 12 seconds to throw the fucking ball.
I don't know, man. I looked at the game, and at one point I saw Jets like 24 and the opponent like 6, and I just like, and now mind you, I saw the articles where he was like hesitant about coming back and being the quarterback, and I'm like, wow, you Jets organization, you guys really know how to screw yourselves out of high picks. You just do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're winning, and I think, are they even in the hunt for a playoff spot?
I don't think so. I think we're like, what, 4-8 or some shit?
Yeah.
Let me look this shit up right now.
No, I think you guys are better than 4-8.
We're 5-8.
5-8. Yeah, I think the Giants are 5-8 also. But yeah, I mean, I truly think, even though your head coach, he's a decent head coach, and I said this a while back, and I know you remember, I always said that Zach Wilson would have needed a offensive-minded head coach to probably be successful. That's not what Robert Gala's about. He's about a defense. As you can see, all the offensive coordinators you guys have been fucking horrible. All of them. Like, I know you had your boy with the crazy eyes. He hired an offensive coordinator, but we don't know that he was calling the plays.
Shit. But the only
I mean, I to me, you're not making the playoffs. Build for next year.
Yeah, because the playoff picture right now, we have 7 teams that are in the hunt on the AFC, which 2 teams in the NFC already clinched. The 49ers, the 49ers already clinched. So there's 6 spots left there. But in the AFC, there's 7 spots still available in the playoffs. And we are second to last on the bubble. Like right now, we're in 14th place.
Wow.
14th, where the Panthers and the Patriots have already been eliminated. We're we're waiting for the fucking. When is the last time we can have a victory before we get eliminated, so we can fuck up this draft even better? How do I see who got the who? Where's the drafts?
Who has the script?
Because the Giants are in 12th
Uh-huh.
on their side.
My man, the Giants are a playoff spot away. One playoff spot away. How is that possible?
There's a lot of teams that lose.
You know, like at some point, everybody's like, oh, everybody on that Giants staff is getting fired. It looks so bad. And I remember everybody talking about, oh, like how great they looked last year. And I'm like, yo, guys, Giants are not ready to compete. First half of the season, it is the one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. What happened? The Giants don't look that good. Oh, everybody's like, oh, what happened to the Giants? Reality. Reality smacked the Giants. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even try to win at this point? For what? You need more talent on the team. Why are you trying to win?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not trying to secure a top 5 pick, draft a better quarterback than Daniel Jones? And by the way, I'm happy that Tommy DeVito is playing the way he is, because that just validates my points that I've been saying about Daniel Jones since the fucking very beginning. He is a very flawed quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, if Daniel DeVito could be doing this shit with this team, there's no excuse for Daniel Jones.
None whatsoever. There's no excuse. This guy is undrafted coming out of college. He has, and it's funny because somebody goes, "Oh, he has a quick release." Yeah, but he also goes through his progressions quick, at least quicker than Daniel Jones. Oh, he's been sacked. He's been sacked 15 times in his starts. He has like 3 starts or whatever, 15 times. Okay, yo, that's not good. But when the throws need to be made, he's making the throws.
Yeah.
And that's what really counts. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? So like the next year, if they decide to go in next year, because Daniel Jones has an ACL, so he ain't starting next year. You know, Tommy DeVito. I mean, right now the Giants have pretty much won themselves out of probably a top 5 pick where they had a chance of one of the top tier quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If it was me, keep playing. No, fuck it, keep playing Tony DeVito. Tommy DeVito. If he keeps on winning, just build a team, add more talent to the team, and that's it. And then, once next year, once the league figures him out, and the Giants don't have probably figure them out, and the Giants don't have as good, or he doesn't have as good as the season that he's having currently right now. By that time, you've already probably built a better offensive line and done some other stuff that in 2025, you can actually draft a real quarterback. Or, hey, if the guy keeps on performing, you know what I'm saying? And you build the team around, you keep building the team, maybe next year, the schedule's not that tough. The kid goes out there and keeps on winning. But I tell you right now, Right now. He's in 3 games. He's looked better than Daniel Jones has looked his entire career. Yeah, I said it.
No, I mean it's true. Shit, this guy's winning and he's got the team behind him. I
And
mean, there's not much more. You,
by the way, his agent on the sideline. Wow, son. Talk about fucking Goodfellas, Godfather vibes. Did you see that?
nah.
Dude, look up Tommy DeVito and his agent in on Monday's game. His fucking agent was dressed like a typical Italian mob boss. Just Google it right now, for you can see right now.
Oh yeah, with the top.
Yo, my man, my man. Right now, that's probably the best thing that's happened in the Giants season this year.
Hey yo, Tony, this guy over here wants a sandwich. Go get him pastrami and some mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Let's
No,
get the guy his shit.
he probably whispered in fucking in Tommy's ear. Yo, Tommy, you know I'm gonna get you this offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, it's like, Tommy, after the end of the season, you might look good in green. I'm just saying. I know a fucking guy. I know a guy that sucks. You know what I'm saying? We could kneecap him. We already tore one of the guys' Achilles. We
Yo,
could do another
Tommy,
one.
I know a guy that can probably get you in green. How about what you think about green?
Either green or we could get you one of them Bucks jerseys. I don't know. Forget about it.
But that yo, my man, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. I just it made the season for me just watching his agent on the sideline.
I'm just looking. My man got the hat, the pinstripe with a fucking turtleneck and all these
Right?
beads.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Shit.
I'm telling you, mad Goodfellas vibes. That's what I see.
Word. Look at this fucking guy. Hey, Tommy. Let me tell you something. Your mother gonna be very proud of you no matter what you do. But we can get more out of this pancake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Bro,
get some NuKKle's and all that. Good stuff.
my man, hilarious. Funniest thing in the NFL the whole year.
Damn.
Like, I'm sorry, to me, that motherfucker know where bodies are buried.
He has to. He has to. There's no way that this guy hasn't. You know, this guy knows some shit.
Oh, he knows some people that know some shit.
Yeah, like he's on the phone with somebody that knows something. He's like,
Yeah,
yo,
you know. So how what is it? How many cleaners you need? Yeah, we can get that clean. We can get that service done for you.
it worked. Hey, yo, coach, if you don't put my guy in, I know a guy that will make John Wick look like a fucking baby. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, best thing that's happened in football on Giants football this whole. I mean, correction. Second, the first thing was Daniel Jones being out.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I stutter? I don't think I stuttered.
Nah, it. I know when he was down, it was music to your ears.
All right, look, man. Truthfully, I wouldn't want him to go out injured like that. That's not me. But to having somebody else come in on the Giants and actually playing okay at the quarterback position. When everybody keeps saying, "Oh, but he doesn't have an offensive line. Oh, but he doesn't have weapons. Oh, but he doesn't have this. Oh, but he doesn't have that." I'm like, yo, the kid is winning with the same offensive line as Daniel Jones, with the same wide receivers as Daniel Jones. So It's a common denominator where you have another quarterback here that's winning, except the one that you gave a fucking 40 million a year contract to. Dude, the kid has 7 touchdowns this year. Daniel Jones only has 2, and he's played in what, only 3 games. Kid has 7 touchdowns, 7 passing touchdowns. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Let's stop making excuses for Daniel Jones.
And didn't you say that Daniel Jones had 13 last season in total?
Yeah, in all of last season, he had 13 passing touchdowns.
My man already got 7. He's 6. He's 6 back in 3 games.
Yeah. Not only that, if you look at his quarterback rating in those 3 games, higher than Daniel Jones has ever had. And again, this is a undrafted quarterback. This is not somebody who, I mean, granted, he played in Syracuse and then transferred to Illinois. This is Division 1 schools. But it's a guy who was not drafted coming out of college. Took less money to sign with the Giants because he's a Jersey kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there were other teams out there giving him money, so more offering him more money. So, and as you can see, not only can the kid can throw the ball, he can also run the ball. You know, like look, he didn't win a lot of playoff games, but Tony Romo was undrafted. People forget that. And statistically, Romo was one of the top quarterbacks when he played. You know what I'm saying? He just could never play in the playoffs. He always used to choke. But that's the thing. So, a quarterback coming in and being successful in the NFL without being drafted, it's not something that has never happened. Kurt Warner, didn't get drafted. He was fucking bagging groceries and playing in the league before the Rams, signed him, and look what happened with him. So you know what I'm saying? Like it can happen. It has happened before. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this just justifies everything I've said about Daniel Jones being a very limited quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Not for nothing. He's been proving you right since you started coming up on this. You know what I'm saying? He's not like it's not like you fucking you're pulling shit out your ass. You know?
Well, I mean, I know a lot of the viewers know follow the whole Knucklehead Network. If you guys know Led, me and Led have been friends for a very long time. He'll tell you from the moment he was drafted, I said Daniel Jones ain't shit, and he'll tell you. You can ask him at any point. He goes, "Yo, Holt said it from the beginning. The kid ain't shit."
Yeah.
So this is not like me jumping on. Hell, I mean, as long as we've been doing this, I've been on this podcast. I've always been saying that Daniel Jones ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So just having the quarterback going out there and actually putting up decent numbers behind around the same group of players that and you can look at the Giants, look at the players around with my man DeVito. They look happy. They look like they want to play. As opposed to when Daniel Jones is there, they're like, "Yo, this guy's a bummer. We're gonna fucking lose." Just look at their body posture, the way they're going around playing the game. Like they're like, "Okay, yo, we have a chance with this kid."
Yeah. Danny Burger.
Yo, for real, hamburger. Fucking $40 million a year for fucking a burger. That's the most expensive burger I've ever seen in my life.
You would thought he was signed to Five Guys.
Wow. Yeah. But right now he looked like he a fucking White Castle slider.
Oh shit. Damn. Hey, Harold and Kumar risked their lives to go to White Castle.
Hey, White Castle's amazing when you're drunk.
Right? But yo, the Cowboys beat the Eagles.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to speak about. I know Crows is not around. 2 weeks in a row, Eagles lose to get embarrassed by the 49ers and embarrassed by Dallas. Now I know him and a lot of people are putting everything on Jalen Hurts, but the defense has looked bad.
I mean, they are scoring a lot of them.
Like I wish he was here. I wish Crows was on the podcast because he said it himself that his defense is suspect, and right now that's what is showing up that his defense is suspect.
Do you think that they're crumbling after such a big start, or do you think that they're playing that we're not as good as we think we are, and then the playoffs go whap, and like we're back into it?
Look, man, I don't know. Again, you probably playing two of the top teams in the NFL in the 49ers, and it pains me to say the Cowboys too. Sorry, I had to make sure I didn't throw up when I say that about the Cowboys.
I hear you.
But look, the whole team has looked bad. Not just Jalen Hurts. Offensive line has not looked that good. The running game has not looked that good. You know, the wide receivers, because their offensive line has not looked that good, Jalen Hurts can't get them the ball. So the wide receivers have been a non-factor. And again, the defense has looked bad. Now the real good thing would be, I think, this coming week where the Eagles play the Giants. I believe it is. If I'm not 100%, but I'll have to look that up. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Yeah.
Eagles and the Giants play the last two times in the last like 4 games or some crazy shit like that. If this kid DeVito goes out there and beats the Eagles, oh, forget it, dude. Forget in any game. It's gonna be ridiculous the amount of shit talking that's gonna happen. Now, I don't talk shit unless people talk shit to me, but I know in the NFL there's going to be a lot of fucking chaos because then you come up with are the Eagles even that good? Are they, like you said, are they as good as we thought they are, or everything just smoke screen, the facade?
Yeah.
But the one thing I did notice in the last games against the 49ers and the Cowboys, again, for some reason, the Eagles are going away from the RPO. I don't know why you would go away with something that has made Jalen Hurts, you know, be very effective. You have to stick with what guys do good. Last year, he had that amazing year because the offensive coordinator stuck with the RPO. A new offensive coordinator this year, and you can clearly see that he doesn't know what Jalen Hurts' strengths are because he keeps going away from the RPOs. That's what he does good. And until somebody can stop it on a consistent basis, you keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're trying to give Hurts some more reps because Cruz has been saying you can't trust his arm.
Look, can he throw 60 yards down the field? No. Can he make a 20 to 30-yard pass? Yeah. But when the teams no longer have to really worry about him running the ball, they can just sit back and sit on his arm. Again, he's not as fast as Michael Vick, but that's like try to tell Michael Vick when he was with the Falcons, yo, just sit back there and throw the ball. I don't want you running the ball. That's half of his game is scrambling and fucking being electric with the ball in his hand. Like, how do you try to take something out of somebody's hand that's gonna make them successful.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. This just doesn't make sense. You know, it's like what is it? Let me see if I can equate this. That's I don't know. I mean, that's fucking stupidity. I'm sorry. I don't even. I can't even compare it because to me, you go with what your player's strengths are, and Jalen Hurts is a good RPO quarterback. You're going away from that, and you expect him to have the same kind of success as he did last year. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to see because I know I'm pretty sure Kroos has a lot to say about that game, but it's always gonna be about Hurts. He's been saying it since the beginning. It's like the same way you feel about Danny Dimes is the same way he feels about Hurts. You can't leave the ball in his hands because if you do,
Right,
he's
but
gonna.
if you look at it, Hurst has had more success. Granted, he's had a better team around him. There's no disputing that. More talent around Jalen Hurts than Daniel Jones. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? But he's had more success in a shorter time span. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what? This is year 5, and motherfuckers are still waiting. Before he got hurt, they were still waiting for Daniel Jones to take that next step. And I'm like, what next step? He hasn't even taken that first step. So,
Oh,
but
the first step is him putting on the jersey. So
no, that first step is going out there and looking like a competent quarterback.
well, that would be step number 2. Like the first step is out, like put on the jersey. The second step would be walking into the field. The third step is looking like you know how to play.
I
Baby
I see
step.
you
He's
just
doing the
trying to
baby
make
step.
it literal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you, Vince. I'm gonna see you.
He's doing the baby steps. We got baby steps here. Yeah,
Dude, he's doing the pity patter steps, pity patter.
cause the fucking Jets are like, yo, fuck it. You don't need to take any steps. We could crawl. Fuck it.
Well, the Jets, I think the Jets took the wrong approach with Zach Wilson, where they automatically say, "Oh, he's our starting quarterback." I'm like, no, let him win the job.
Yeah, I don't understand why we always got defensive coaches out here looking like Terrell Owens. That's our quarterback, man. That's our quarterback. Like you don't even run the offense. What's going on, Tyson? You know what I'm saying? Like you have other people running the offense. If you're the head coach,
Facts.
you should have your offensive coordinator be like, we believe in this guy. This guy's gonna do our thing, or just straight up be like, yo, you ain't cutting it, man. We're gonna have to do something else.
But again, Joe Douglas is the one that did the drafting, not Robert Sala, or whatever how you pronounce his last name. And yes, most often in time, the GM and the head coach are making that decision together. But there are times where the head coach is like, yo, I don't want that player, I want this player, and the GM still drives whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
Like I remember hearing a story where I think it was Ben McAdoo when he was the Giants head coach. He told Dave Gettleman he wanted Dave Gettleman to draft Mahomes, and Dave Gettleman was like, no. Now, mind you, that's a story that I believe it has been confirmed as true. I'm not 100% on that, but sometimes the GM would be like, I know what the team needs. I'm gonna draft this player. You just got to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that happened in this situation with the Jets with Zach Wilson? Yes. I believe that's exactly what happened. But Zach Wilson has a lot of talent, but he has a lot of things going on in his head. I know maybe he's still trying to think about his next MILF conquest. I don't know.
probably shit.
I laughed because you were real quick with that one. Oh man, yeah.
That motherfucker ain't trying to throw the ball to someone else.
Well, he's trying to throw balls to somebody, just not footballs.
Yeah, he's trying to throw balls from his nutsack. He's not trying to get sacked with the ball. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but like, dude, I saw the kid. Now, mind you, I remember when we did the podcast, and you were like, "Oh, he has his arm talent, whatever." And I'm like, "Look, I saw he can make all the throws in BYU where he was at, but we've seen a lot of guys coming here that have great arm talent, but they just don't have anything upstairs." Look at Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell can throw 60 yards on his fucking knees. Pause before anybody gets any fucking ideas. But the guy was dumb as fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Was it Jeff George had a cannon for an arm, but he always found some way to fucking fuck himself over. We've the NFL is littered with quarterbacks that have amazing arm talent, but don't have it upstairs. Look at Ryan Leaf. At one point, when Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning were coming out of college, literally all the scout says, "Yo, you cannot go wrong with either quarterback." Clearly, that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But and Ryan Leaf had a fucking arm and a half, bro. But he didn't have it upstairs. Maybe Zach Wilson's one of those people that has all the arm talent in the world, but has a couple of screws loose upstairs. It's not gonna ever make him a good a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I want to ask you something. I saw an Instagram post by Cam Newton where he literally said Brock Purdy, Tua, and a couple of other quarterbacks were gang managers. Do you think he's just being salty?
Brock Purdy, Tua, and who else?
There were a couple of other quarterbacks. I forgot the other quarterbacks. But these are quarterbacks that are actually doing good in the NFL. But he said that they're basically they're gang managers. I'm gonna see if I'll see if I find the Instagram post.
Shit. I I don't know.
Weird, right? Like it's like,
Because nowadays, are they really managing the game, or is that just how it is? Like, because how many times you see like these teams that like they're winning games by either domination or somebody fucked up or the defense was ready or the quarterback's down. Like, we have so many bad quarterbacks here, so many people got hurt and all that other shit. It's like, really? Because you could manage the
right.
game with the Jets because the defense gonna be on the game 90% of the time.
Very true. Very true.
So it's you know, so I don't even know. Shit. What do you think? You think they're fucking game managers?
Now, Tua, I mean, and the Dolphins were lighting up the fucking world. And even till today, Tyreek Hill is about to. Did he make it to 2K yards?
Who Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill. Yeah, they said that he was within striking distance. So I didn't see anything on pop up, so I don't think he made it. But this year he can break 2,000 yards for a wide receiver. I mean, at one point the Dolphins dropped 70 points on the Broncos. I don't think Tua is a game manager because, as you can see, he can make all the throws. Brock Purdy can make all the throws as as the 49er quarterback.
So
I mean, Jared Goff took his team to the Super Bowl, even though that's when the Rams were with McVay, and they were running and gunning and all that other shit. And even as much as I like to fucking, like, me and other people like to shit on Dak Prescott,
yeah. So
you
so he
know,
needs 458 yards left. He needs 458 yards in his last 4 games to reach 2,000. So that means
okay,
114 yards per game.
which is doable because the kid was averaging like 150 a
It's
game.
something like, yeah, it sounds like that.
So, but yeah, but I mean, I get it, Cam. You're still upset because of the way the league treated you, but let's cut the crap, dude. You can never throw the ball. I'm sorry. I'm looking at all those quarterbacks you mentioned. They can all throw the ball better than you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing that made that made Cam special was, again, he can run the ball. And out of those four quarterbacks he mentioned, not neither of them are quarterbacks that you will want running the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I find it funny that he didn't mention Geno Smith. Let's cut the crap. But until last year, until Geno Smith had that good year, where everybody said, "Oh, he's a game manager quarterback," and that's what he's looked like this year, coming off that good year last year.
Yeah.
So, like, why would you only point out four quarterbacks? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear you.
Who who have their teams in positions to win the division? Because let's cut the crap. Dak has the Cowboys in in position to win the East. Jared Goff has the Lions in positions to win the North. Purdy has the 49ers are about to win. They already clinched. They already won the NFC West. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Tua, doesn't Miami lead the AFC East, or tied with the Bills or something like that?
Doesn't what make all right, say that again? Because I have the
The Miami Dolphins. What's their standing right now? Either
they're
they're whether either
second.
tied for first
They're
or
second.
or
Yeah.
second in the
The
East.
Ravens are
Right.
first. Wait, they're tied for first, apparently.
Yeah, Miami is in the East with the Jets and
Yeah,
the Pats and
they're tied for first with
the Bills.
all right, wait, I'm looking at the AFC playoff picture right now.
No, you got to look at the East, the actual divisions.
Okay, because right now they're in first.
Right. So look at that. They're in first in the East. So all four quarterbacks that he mentions are all in the first place. Like, my man, why are you singling out four quarterbacks that are in first place?
Yeah.
Like, why ain't you talking about Geno Smith in Seattle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why ain't you talking about Kyler Murray in Arizona? Like, to me, I think Cam Newton was just being real salty.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, come on,
Cam,
dude, stop
Cam Newton was saying
stop
anything to
hating.
stay relevant, and so let's make Hutch keep saying their name. Cowboys is funny when he makes that noise. He wants you to keep saying the cowgirls.
You mean the fucking? I'll just say Dallas. But yeah, but I mean, like, dude, you had a decent career. I mean, it sucked that you got injured the way you did, and that pretty much fucked your career over. But now you're talking about four quarterbacks, and you're calling them game managers.
Yeah,
But when somebody tried to call you a game manager, you would say that no, you were elite. I'm sorry, Cam. Yeah, you won the MVP because you were running, but you were never an elite quarterback. Might have been an elite player, but that's different than being an elite quarterback. What's your take on his little thing there
on
on Cam?
yeah, being an elite quarterback.
Well, no, him saying that those four guys are just game manager.
I think, like Joseph was saying, I think he's just saying shit to be relevant. Because let's be honest, this guy is trying to do anything he can to get back into the league, or at least be spoken about. And saying shit like that will get people talking because it's
Like we are
yeah,
now,
it's
right?
against the norm and shit. But it's not like if Tom Brady were to say shit like that, people would take it a little bit more serious because you got the best quarterback in the league or in NFL history saying shit like that. But it's
Right.
Cam Newton. Like he had one chance to go. He was in the Super Bowl once, right? Oh my bugging. And
Yeah.
then he fucked that up.
No. Yeah.
He fucked that up and never got close to it again.
Right. Because then the injury started to mount up because again he was never an elite thrower of the football, but he can surely fucking run the
Yeah.
ball. Well, yeah. Yeah. So me and you see eye to eye. I think he's salty. He just wants to keep being mentioned in football. Football conversations.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking because you think the stories are true about the Patriots finally done with Belichick? Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. Belichick being done, but yeah, I think it's one of those like they're low hanging fruit, because they're still rookies and they're doing good, and I'm pretty sure he thinks he's better than them.
I mean, I can see what maybe with Tua and Purdy, they're still pretty young and new. Goff went to a Super Bowl, so Goff can definitely say, "Yo, I've been to the Super Bowl just like you have." Yeah, I lost it. Well, guess what? So did you.
Yeah,
And I think they both lost to the Pats, so it's not like they lost to different teams. They both lost to the Pats.
yeah,
Um, I mean, Dak has been in the league way too long to even consider him any kind of young or rookie. You know, but Dak can definitely throw the balls. Does he make mistakes with stupid interceptions? Yes. And but I mean, dude, you're crying about some calling quarterbacks game managers where it's like why would you even say something like that when you weren't the best quarterback? And I go, some people might say, oh, but he won MVP, and I'm like, yeah, he was a great football player, but that doesn't mean he was a great quarterback. And talking about Belichick and the Pats, like I told you before when you mentioned me, man, I believe it when I see it. I think the only way Belichick walks away is if he's retiring.
I hear, but his system ain't working. You know what I'm saying? So they might be forcing him out. It's like, yo, Belichick, you ain't got Jordan no more. Your shit
Right.
ain't as good as you thought.
No, dude, 100%, 100%. It's like, hey, my whole thing is that, but like everybody goes, oh, he definitely needs Brady or whatever. And I like to say, you always need that one guy to be the extension of you on the field, and that was what Belichick had in Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have. I'm sorry. Ever since Brady left, he doesn't have a quarterback where the other rest of the team is can say, okay, yo, we got ourselves a quarterback here. I'm sorry, Matt Jones just hasn't produced.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's gonna say, oh, but Brady won a chip without Belichick. Did you see that Buccaneers team? Let's not act like that team was not stacked from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Where Brady really didn't have to do much. So let's not say that the Brady was the reason why they won. You know what I'm saying? That team was stacked. Great defense, great fucking wide receivers, a 1-2 punch at running game, and Brady just directing it. But it wasn't like Brady was fucking throwing fucking 40 and 50 touchdown that year. So let's pump our brakes when we're saying, that Brady was the reason why the Bucks team won. Because what happened next year, when they had a lot of their players either get hurt or leave because of free agency, Brady missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So everybody, let's pump our brakes there. I think Belichick. Well, Belichick is like what in his early 70s now, might be. He just might be saying, you know what? Now I'm done. I'm just gonna
71.
walk away. 71. Look at that. Now, mind you, he has what 7 chips with the Pats.
I believe so. Let me see.
Yeah, because I think Brady has a total of 8 chips, right? If Brady has 8 chips, he has 7 with the Pats and 1 with the Bucks.
He has 6.
It's 6. So Brady has 7. You know what I'm saying? With the Pat, well, yeah, Belichick has 6 with the Pats, but let's not forget. I know he has 1 with the Giants in for 1990. So I don't know because he was the linebackers coach for the Giants. So I don't know if he was with the coaching staff for the Giants in '86 also. So I mean, there's nothing. The man has 7 rings, maybe 8. There's nothing more for him to prove.
That's true. And the game has changed.
Well, nobody wants to stand. These players don't want to do or follow the Pats way, the Patriot way. That's why it's failed everywhere else. And it's funny because I know a lot of people call it the Patriots way, but Bill Parcells started that on the Giants. So technically, it's the Giants way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything that Belichick has done, he learned from Bill Parcells when he was in on Bill Parcells' coaching staff with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So but again, the players nowadays, they don't want to hear that fucking hard nosed 1980, 1970 type of fucking football. First of all, the new CBA collective bargaining agreement doesn't allow. Like I remember back in the days, from the very first practice in football, motherfuckers had pads on. Now you gotta play like fucking 3 or 4 practices without pads on before you can put on pads or some stupid shit like that. So I think Belichick's whole school way of doing stuff has finally, hit the wall. I think it's time just for him just to move on, go, be on his family and just relax.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I mean, if it's not time for him to go, I think it's time for the Patriots to be like, yo, listen, we need another coach. Because the quarterbacks they got to replace Brady ain't cutting it. The team they got there ain't strong enough. It could be that he's a good coach. It's just Brady was probably a better leader, and that's why when he had those teams that didn't have much on him, he was able to lead those teams and get the best out of them. He don't have a leader like that second in command guy anymore.
He
You know what I'm saying?
don't.
So
He just
yeah,
doesn't.
and it might be time for the Patriots to start changing their culture. You know?
You think they're gonna go back to that, to the one of the because let's cut the crap. The Pats were a very bad organization.
Yeah.
Like people, I know there's a lot of young people over that only remember the Pats winning. I remember the Pats being a very bad team, a very bad team.
Yeah.
Going. I think they've gone 0-16 or something like that. So I mean, again, to me, there's nothing for him left to prove.
Yeah.
He has the chips. His style was successful for damn near 20 years. You know what I'm saying? To try to go into another organization and do it again, I mean, is it even worth it?
Unless they're gonna give him mad money, but then again, he got all the money in the world.
Right.
Joseph goes, Brady knew how to cheat better than Bill, and Bill hated that. Yo, and Show is in the chat. He said that he was gonna be ready by 8:50. He didn't tell me that he was gonna be ready by 8:50 tomorrow.
Well, no, you gotta go Showtime. So 8:50 Showtime would probably be 11:50 everybody else's time.
That's crazy.
But I'm right.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I mean, think about it. In the last couple of years, Brady retired. Belichick might retire. You know what I'm saying? There's really going to be no connections to those Patriots teams that basically dominated the league.
Yeah.
Like, imagine all the chips that Peyton Manning would have it. He didn't have to play Belichick and Brady.
Shit.
Because the only person that kept beating Peyton in the playoffs was Brady and fucking Belichick.
Yeah.
No, if it wasn't for them, Peyton might have 4 or 5 rings. Because those Colts teams are fucking phenomenal. When boy, that fucking try to stop Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, you know those running backs that he had over there. That was a tough time.
Nah, he.
You know, well, fucking your man Phillip Rivers might have won the fucking championship had it not been for the Pats too. Because anytime he played the Pats, fucking he lost to them too in the playoffs. Like people forget how dominant the Pats actually were, where they prevented a lot of good quarterbacks from winning championships.
Yeah, he did. The only one he couldn't prevent from winning the championship was Eli.
Well, Eli and your man, what's his name? Nick Foles. Yeah. Can't believe fucking Nick Foles. Fucking Nick Foles. Pathetic. But I mean, he's probably gonna go down as probably the greatest head coach in NFL history. I mean, to me, if I was him, I don't think the aggravation is worth it anymore. Just go ahead, retire, and be like, "Yo, I'm done. Goodbye. See ya." I tell you one thing though, just like Mac Jones has had a horrible time trying to replace Brady. When you be that first person
Yeah.
after a legendary player retires, dude, the head coach of the Pats. I wouldn't want to be the guy who steps in right after Belichick. I'm just saying the truth. Like they're gonna expect you to be good right
Yeah.
away. I know they are.
I think the only other coach that can live up to Bill Belichick's aura is Rex Ryan.
I'm glad you did that because I was gonna ask you if you were being serious.
Rex Ryan got a tattoo of his quarterback on his arm. If that don't,
Rex Ryan always also said this was the last yesterday that he loves toes.
see, you can't be a
I
good
can't believe
quarterback
that.
without having
I
a.
can't believe that idiot said that shit on national TV.
He loves toes.
Yeah, they were talking about Kadarius Tony and him lining off of all sides, and he literally said, "You know, everybody knows I like toes, but even I have a limit." You're a fucking retard. Like everybody knows you have Mark Sanchez tattooed on your body, which it's wow.
Yeah,
Let's let's start there. And now on national TV, you're gonna say, everybody knows I like toes. Like you sick freak. But I'm a listen. I wouldn't want to be the next New England Patriots head coach. I wouldn't want to be the next one. Shit, for that matter, I might not be one of the next five head coaches there. I mean, that's a big fucking legacy that Belichick is gonna be leaving there, bro.
yeah, that's true. That is true.
So,
Shit.
is there anything else you want to cover?
I mean,
I think we've covered everything.
pretty much, yeah. We there is the UFC that's happening on Saturday. And the only fight that's worth talking about, even though there's two titles on the line, I don't know who Alexander Pantoja, the flyweight title. I don't know who that is like that. Like I don't follow his career like that. But he's fighting Brandon Royval for the flyweight title, and
Okay,
then Leon Edwards is fighting your boy Kobe Covington for the welterweight championship.
really? Why you gotta go there?
Because he's America. Oh, and Tony Ferguson is facing Patty Pimblett. 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 I can't read this motherfucker last name. Remember the dude that said, "If you haven't gone through a tough time and you're going through depression, it's
Yeah,
okay."
your man, Patty,
Yeah,
Patty. Yeah,
yeah.
Patty.
Him and
Yeah,
Tony Ferguson are fighting, and apparently Tony Ferguson says right now he's not fucking around. And if Tony Ferguson isn't fucking around now, what was he doing before?
getting his ass beaten the last couple of fights.
I guess so.
Look, man, that would be a fight I want to see because I know the last time I saw your man Patty fight, everybody says that if it wasn't for the referees gave him the fight, that's why he won. I mean, we all know Tony is gonna go out there and to he's gonna make it interesting. So that would be the fight I would want to see. I really don't give a shit about your man Kobe Covington or whatever his fucking name
No,
is.
yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know why he's gotten this fight because he's The only fight he won
because
is against Jorge
because
Masvidal.
because him and Dana White are Trump bootlickers, and I'm sorry, anybody out there who gets offended by that, well, too bad, so sad. I'm not your dad.
And suck a dick.
Facts.
But
You know what I'm
yeah, but
saying?
to be honest with you, here's the thing. I think, in all honesty, Leon Edwards is gonna stop the pressure of Kobe Covington because he's not gonna be able to take him down at will that he wants to because Leon Edwards is a good wrestler and he stopped Kamal Usman from out wrestling him. And I think Leon Edwards is
Right.
gonna win on points. I think Ferguson is gonna get. I don't want to say destroyed, but I think Ferguson is the first round is gonna look good, and then if that towards the end of the first round he's gonna get caught. I think his off button's been pressed too much. Like my man was resetted. Like you know how
Probably.
you be reset, like you could like you see a fucking fighter get reset in the fight. Like
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson was hard reset. Like he lost his like he had to retrain the memory on his reset. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he was getting error codes when he was restarted and shit.
Yeah, man had to do the control alt delete. I
Yeah,
get it.
like then he needed a BIOS update after that fucking fight with Michael Chandler. Like you know what I'm saying? Like listen, I like Tony Ferguson. I think he could have beat Khabib in his prime, but the way he's been looking his last couple fights, I don't know, man.
Right, but that's why I said that's probably going to be the fight that I want to see because Tony's going to make it
Yeah,
entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Your man Kobe, he's getting that fight because Dana White needs somebody that can talk shit.
yeah,
The UFC went from being just show up and fight to trying to be an extension of the WWE where you have to fucking talk shit to promote your fucking fights.
pretty much. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like before Dana White bought UFC over, there was literally no interviews. There was no talking. They were like, "Yo, we're having an event, and motherfuckers is fighting." That was it. Like I remember seeing the first UFC event where they had this fucking skinny kid go up against a guy that was literally like 200 pounds heavier than he was, and the skinny guy won. You know what I'm saying? That was also the first time that I ever saw your man Gracie, and he dominated that fight, even though it was boring as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there was no interviews. There was no, oh, we're gonna promote the fight for 3 weeks for you, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever months, where you guys can, go on tour and talk shit. Because that's what it looks like they do. It looks like they go on tour to promote the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Dana White brought in aspects of like the wrestling to it, where they want he wants the fighters to talk shit. So that's why Colby Covington keeps getting the fights because he talks shit and people literally want to shut his fucking mouth up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so that's why Colby still keeps getting fights. Truthfully,
I mean, yeah, that's the only reason why Kobe's getting fights because he talks. He's a good talker. That's if there's anything we learned from the UFC, it's you can talk your way to a championship.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Chael Sonnen, Michael Bisping, Conor McGregor, Colby Covington.
Yeah,
The list goes on. If you can talk shit and put down your fellow opponents, Dana White is going to be like, hey, I can use you. And that's literally, I mean that in that literal sense. I can use
yeah,
you because let's cut the crap. At the end of the night, these fighters are not getting paid what they deserve. Dana White is going home with like 90% of that
yeah.
purse.
You remember when boxing had Tyson and Ali
Mm,
and
Yeah,
Frazier and Lennox Lewis? The promoter
right.
promoted the
My
fight.
man Don King.
Don King promoted the fight. He named it. He gave the hype for it. He let these guys stand in the way. They give animosity. Nowadays, the promotion is the UFC, and the fighters are promoting the fight. And this is why
Right.
and Mighty Mouse went to 1 because there's like, oh, this guy doesn't attract anything. It's like, because you didn't do your job promoting Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse went in there and destroyed people, but the UFC never promoted him. They promoted Conor McGregor because Conor McGregor was out there talking shit to everybody. You have to be Mayweather right now to promote a fucking fight. And that's why the UFC will
Yeah.
give these guys all these shots, because people want to see them because they talk all this shit. The
Right.
fight sport, the fighting sport has changed to the point where it's, we don't care if you deserve it. Who's talking the most? Like, who's cutting the best fucking WWE promo out here?
Yeah. Who's cutting the best WWE promo? You nailed it. That's exactly what they're doing.
Shit. But
Like, who cares if you can actually defend yourself in the ring? You can talk that smack. Come on in.
your word.
I mean, listen, you got the gift of gab. Come on, I'll be your agent. Let's go. Come on, Toe. You talk shit. You can
Yeah.
talk that shit. I know. Well, but let's fucking make a business out of it, baby.
Yo, for real, I'm about to start promoting fucking fighters. Like, I'll be the Paul Heyman. I can talk shit better than anything.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. It's come from can you actually fight to can you talk?
Yeah. And then you don't even need to know how to fight afterwards.
You don't. All you need to know is how to talk. Can you talk smack? Yes. Okay, I can use you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's,
That's
are there any female fights on that card?
there is I don't know what the fuck happened to here you go. Let's see. On the prelims, Irene Aldana versus Carol Rosa. I think Aldana just had a title shot. Yeah, she just lost to Nunez. Aldana.
Now, is that belt that those two belts that Nunez relinquished? Are they still? I mean, are those weight classes still even active?
They should. I think one isn't.
I think we covered that before, but one isn't because they just don't have the girls
Yeah.
to.
So the bantamweight is active, and the featherweight looks like it's gone. So the one,
I said it before and I said it again. Nunez cleaned out two divisions. That is wild.
yeah. And she's still lucky that Gina Carino ain't come back, because she'd have knocked out Gina Carino also.
I was wondering where you were going there with that.
Gina Carino was my favorite female fighter back in the day.
Oh, she was mine too.
Word.
She was mine
See,
too.
look, Joseph would hire us to talk shit to his neighbors. Nice.
Yo, Joseph, just let me know. Let me know. You need me to, I know you love it when I call Danny Dons a burger. You need me to call your neighbor a burger?
Word.
I'll grab the megaphone and be like, yo, burger.
Get your bitch ass out here. But
Oh
yeah.
man, but yeah, I mean the UFC's women's fucking divisions, man. Like what are they I know we've talked about it before, but like what are they doing there?
They, honestly, I think they just, at this point now, they just put them on the back burner, because the women's division is a Facebook prelim or a fucking early prelim, and then we get title fights from people that we ain't never seen before because they're not on the main card. And unless you have someone like Nunez who talks shit, or Ronda Rousey who talks shit, nobody's gonna watch. They think no one's gonna watch. But back in the day, you have the purists, And that's what you really need right now. You need the purists to be watching this shit. And you can't have purists watching this shit when you have people talking shit as the champion, like Sean O'Malley. I can't say that this guy isn't a good fighter, but he damn sure ain't getting no title shot that early because this motherfucker was a good fighter. He
Right. He just
he was sitting there. He got his fucking his voice out there, and motherfucker had all them fans
right.
with
I
him.
remember. Yeah, he had a couple of good fights, and then he talked shit.
Yeah, he talked shit, and he had his fans because he was looking like 6'9" and shit like that. And you get your fan base up, and you get a title shot. Back in the day, it didn't matter how many fans you got. If you didn't earn a title shot, you didn't get one.
So like we said, it nowadays is more of a popularity contest instead of you can actually fucking fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sad. The UFC's in the set. No, or that kind of not UFC itself, but the whole kind of promotion, like Bellator, whatever. They're to me they're in a bad situation because unless you have somebody that can fucking talk shit and promote the fights,
Yeah,
it looks like nobody really wants to see anything nowadays.
yeah. And I don't even know what's up with Bellator. To be honest with you, I don't even watch it.
See, it sucks.
Because I don't even know where the fuck to watch it. To be honest with you, when Professional Fighters League acquires Bellator. Oh, see, the PFL acquired Bellator. I don't even know when.
Damn.
Industry transformation deal. All right, so the PFL forms global powerhouse poised to be MMA co-leader. The PFL plus Bellator combined fighters roster equal to UFC. Both rosters 30% of the top 25 world ranked. PFL launch reimagined Bellator in 2024 with Bellator International Championship Series. The PFL champions versus the Bellator champions in landmark MMA mega event to be staged in 2024.
Oh, okay. Champions versus champions.
Yeah,
I can get behind
me
that.
too. And and like the the one fighting is on Amazon Prime, so if you can remember when that shit's on, that at least you get to watch it if you have Amazon Prime.
I might have to start looking for that.
Which that's actually pretty good to watch because they be having like Muay Thai fights in there, and some of these people are like fucking 435-1.
Hey, goddamn.
Seriously, bro. I'm like, yo, how many fucking Muay Thai fights you had? But yeah, the motherfuckers don't fuck around.
Well, it's funny because that's like my man Canelo when everybody's like, "Yo, how is he so young? He's already had like 50 fights." I'm like, "Well, some boxers fight a lot, and some boxers don't." No, that's what it is. I remember Julio Cesar Chavez was fighting like every other weekend or something like when I was growing up.
Oh yeah,
So
that motherfucker was a machine.
yeah. Like I said, look at Canelo. Canelo's already had like fucking 60 fights, 70 fights under his belt or some ridiculous. Like by the time he fought Mayweather, which I don't know how many years ago that was, he already had like 30 fights. And he only been boxing like professionally like maybe 3 years.
Yeah,
Or some stupid shit like that.
that's true. But shit, I mean, that's pretty much it for today, man. We went through everything.
Got through everything. Had a lot of laughs.
Yep.
And I'll give my man Joseph one more burger.
Word. Yo, so we're gonna start trying to end all the shows around 11. So we made it to 11 here. So we did pretty good, Hutch, me and you.
Well, especially when the other two co-hosts are nowhere to be found.
Word. I mean, Show thinks he made it because he's in the chat, but that don't mean nothing. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Peace. Take care. Much love.
Eat your vitamins. Say your prayers.